And in a moment, we'll be talking to Michael Charles, who's over here from the States, as I mentioned, doing some gigs right after this. Michael Charles there with a bit of a classic, Big Boss Man. And Michael Charles, welcome to 3RRR.
Thanks for having me back. It's been a while. It's
Again,
been a minute, I should say.
Yes, I was going to say, it would have been in the old RRR, the old studios in just off Johnson Street,
Yeah,
Victoria
that
Street
was
there.
the early days, and I was here talking to you probably about 6 years ago, I would say, probably. We were passing through.
And you're passing through again.
Passing through again, yeah.
And of course you've got a big gig tomorrow night at the Caravan. And I was talking to you off air, it's quite a big weekend at the Caravan for guitar lovers. You got yourself tomorrow night and Kevin Borich on Saturday night.
Yeah, I wish I could get out and see him. I haven't seen him play in a long time.
So tell us a little bit about what's been going on. You've been in the States for...
Oh, it's about 27 years, I guess. You know, it's getting close to the 30-year thing, so it's been a long time.
Well, yeah, the very first time I spoke to you would have been,
Yeah.
must have been at least 28, 29 years ago.
It's been a long time. Who's counting anymore? It's just, it's home now, you know.
Well, I was going to say, how's it going? But, I mean, if you're not back within a month, then I suppose it's kind of going okay, isn't it, really?
Yeah, well, I didn't rush back.
A lot of hard work, of course.
Yeah, a lot of hard work, didn't rush back, but it's like I was saying to you off air, it was like when I first got there, it was like somebody putting a glove on my hand and it just fit perfect, and it just all went perfect the way it should go. It was like I was on a roller coaster for a long time, and no, looking back, it just, you go where it's working for you, you know. And Australia was a good starting point. You've got to start, this is where I was born and raised, and you've got to start somewhere. And it came to a point where it was time to move on and see if I could do more with my music, see if I could expand the whole horizon, and it worked out.
So, what was the first thing you did?
The first thing I did?
Find a management or find just somewhere to play first?
Well, I got really lucky because my reasoning from going there in the first place was that Buddy Guy's management and himself, and I really don't know how the whole story, but my management here said, you've just been invited to play at Buddy Guy's Legends. What do you think? I said, there's nothing to think about, really. You just let's go. And that's what started off. So my first gig was at Buddy Guy's Legends. And it was really weird because the as I was going, I got delayed in LA for about 7 hours. And so when I finally get to Chicago, my gig was 2 nights after I got there. But they rushed me to Legends, and Buddy was doing a gig there himself that particular night. And so his management said, oh, you're here, there's plenty of guitars there, get up there and play with Buddy. And that really weakened me at the knees, and the jet lag, so just no sleep for probably about 40 hours. And but I got up there and shaky legged and all that, pulled it off and never looked back. It's just a spin. As I said, I was on a roller coaster. From there, you know, I got you know, to play with guys like the Latin Great Junior Wells and Sugar Blue, and ended up going on the road with Jimmy Dawkins, and just the list went on and on and on. And 6 years had passed just like that. Yeah. And after those 6 years, I kind of thought, wow. And I was used to releasing albums and things every year. And 6 years, I didn't release anything. I was just on this.
Just working.
Yeah, it was great.
And Buddy Guy would have been one of the inspirations for you to first pick up a guitar and play the blues, at least, I'm assuming.
Well, absolutely. I mean, in my early days, see, I mean, I was inspired heavily by, you know, guys like, you know, Cream with Eric Clapton and the Rolling Stones, and, you know, even Elvis with Scotty Moore and all that. And when I sort of delved into the blues deeper and deeper, because these guys that I just mentioned, they were all inspired by these heavy-duty blues guys. And so as I delved into it more, of course, Buddy Guy comes up, and the last thing on my mind was to even shake his hand at any stage of the game. You know, it was like, so it was something else. You know, even just talking about it, I kind of stuttered, like, I mean, what do you say? You know.
Yeah, yeah, and so obviously from then you kind of worked out a bit of a network. Did you get some like your own management over there, or are you still?
Oh yeah, eventually,
right.
Eventually I did. But you know, the early days, the whole story is that after I was there for 2 weeks, and I was brought there by on the red carpet basically. And after those 2 weeks, I came back home to Australia, and I'd say I was here for about a week, and I thought, oh man, I've done so much. You know, I kind of felt like, nah, I've got a unfinished business. So I went back, and I went back for 6 months. And after those 6 months, I only came back because everything was rolling so good for me, but the visa had run out. So I came back, and I felt even more unfinished business. I'm like, this is crazy. Things are going so well. And so I took off again, and I just kind of fought the whole system, sort of worked on being able to, I made a decision to live there, so I had to work on a lot of, you know, politics to be able to live there, and you know, eventually it all worked out, and that's, the rest is history.
Well, you've got the paperwork and everything now, haven't you? For
Yeah, well, I'm an American, can I say it? I'm an American citizen too now, so it's
yes, you
got
can,
the dual citizenship thing going on.
You can either vote for Hillary or Trump when you go back.
Oh. Actually, I'm going to be in Canada when I'm voting day.
The new America, they're calling that.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Canada touring, so on election day, so we'll see what happens.
I think Donald might have done his dash recently with some of his, what could you say? I think he suffers severely from foot and mouth disease. I'm putting that politely too.
Yeah,
now,
well, I don't talk politics on air, but off air I'll talk to you about it.
No, I normally don't either, but I just find it fascinating that someone like Donald Trump has found himself to be almost, well, he could be, he won't be, hopefully, but to be in a position to be elected, it's kind of, you kind of think, hang on, how many balls did America just drop?
Yeah, I think the whole political.
We've done it here, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think all over the world.
I think we invented it.
Yeah. But the whole political thing has become a reality show, I think. But we're not here to talk about politics, are we?
No, that's true, Mike. And you've also brought in a friend of yours. You've got your, I hope he's a friend. He's got these huge pieces of wood in his hand.
Yeah.
He's got John Bonham's sticks in his hand, so I'm assuming he's a drummer.
It's David Hart, he's my drummer, and he's actually playing guitar case tonight. Yeah.
He is.
We just thought we'd be polite and just use what we got, my acoustic guitar and the case that it came in, and he can just bash on that a little bit.
Well, maybe you should play a couple of tunes now, do you think?
I can play you a song, yeah.
All right. All right.
Let me do something here for you, okay? About to overheat, and I need
shuffle from...
It's from my Keep Walking album.
Well, not from I'm Nobody's Fool.
No, it's not off that album. It's off the Keep Walking album.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of albums.
How many albums have you had?
Actually, a couple of years ago, I brought out an anthology. It was 30 years of my solo career with 30 releases.
Right.
So, yeah, a lot of music.
I've only got like 3 or 4 albums, I think.
Well, I think we should send you some more, right?
2 from back in the day
Mm-hmm.
that we were talking about earlier off air, and the last couple that your very nice record company sent me.
Well, I think you deserve more.
I think so. Well, I'd like to play more. Because I've tried to source them out, and I haven't had much luck in and around town, but that's probably because you haven't been here for 25
Yeah, well,
years.
apparently the labels, you can get them all through JB. Is it JB Hi-Fi? Yeah, JB Hi-Fi, yeah.
So you're still dealing with Newmarket? And
Newmarket
those
is
guys?
my Australian
right.
company still, and Moonlight label out in the States. Yeah, so.
All right. Well, I might push a button and pay some bills, but we'll be back and hopefully squeeze one more tune.
You've got it.
To yourself. All right. We'll be back in one moment with my guest, Michael Charles on Triple R. Yes, we're back with my guest, whom I mentioned is playing tomorrow night at the Caravan. What other shows you got around in the Melbourne area, or are you doing some just
Well, actually, originally I was coming out because, like I mentioned to you off air, we're working on a documentary. I got together with Salek Silverstein, an Australian movie maker, director, and also with Newmarket Music. All decided to get together and make this documentary. So I came out originally for that and do some recording at Newmarket for the soundtrack for the documentary. And I thought, well, while we're here, let's do a show. And so we ended up getting the show at the Caravan Music Club. And that's the whole, then we're going back to the States on Monday.
Oh, really?
I've been here for a week, just over a week and a half, I guess, and cramming everything in. Just
and you've had time to record?
Yeah, man, it's been full on, and so Monday we're back to the States, and then we're there for a week, and then we're off to touring Canada.
Excellent, excellent. I was going to ask you about new material, like a new album, but you kind of just answered the question. Most of the stuff will be going on to the Doco soundtrack.
Yeah, well, the soundtrack is actually going to be the new album, but there's also coming out next year. Actually, the master tapes have just arrived. We're doing a live in Canada album coming out, a live album, and I'm also working on a complete studio album. So there's a lot of projects in the just finding the time to complete them all while you're touring. See, touring is a really takes a lot of your time. So every spare time you get, you're in the studio working on these projects.
Yeah. And Dave will be there?
Dave, yeah.
Tomorrow night, I
Yes, he is.
Tomorrow night I'll be there.
You'll be there bashing on more than a guitar.
I was going to say, surely you'll break out the shekels and possibly give him a snare or something.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're playing a real kit.
Or a rubbish bin at least.
Yeah, something,
plastic
right?
bin.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thanks very much for coming in tonight.
My pleasure, thank you.
So great to see you after so many years.
Let's try not to make it that many years again, you know.
No. Maybe one more track before you
You've got it.
whiz out into the freezing cold
Let's
Melbourne night again.
I'll do something a little bit more traditional this time, okay? liquor, champagne and wine. Then I began to fall so low, lost all my good friends, I had nowhere to go. If I get my hands on $1 again, I'll hang on to it till that old eagle rings, because nobody knows you when you're down and out. In your pocket, not one penny. As for friends, you don't have any. When you get back on your feet again, everybody wants to be that long lost friend. I said it's strange, without a doubt. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Nobody knows you. In your pocket, not one penny. As for friends, you don't have any. When you get back on your feet again, everybody wants to be that long lost friend. I said it's strange, without a doubt. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Nobody knows you.
So just quickly before you go, you'll be doing a bit of an acoustic set tonight, or was that just an exclusive for us?
We're going to do. I always put a little bit in the middle of my show somewhere. If I feel there's the right audience and the right atmosphere, I like playing a bit of acoustic, so I'll kind of throw it in the middle there and do it.
Excellent. As I said, thank you very much. Thanks for coming in. All the best for the gig, and look forward to seeing you again here, Michael. With maybe we'll be talking about the soundtrack and the film and the doco and all that next.
That would be great. Yeah, absolutely.
Going to go out with another track from the covers disc that I played, Big Boss Man, off just moments ago. A track that I played a couple of weeks on the show. This version of B.B. King's The Thrill Is Gone. What inspired you to do it? Did you just think, I have to do this song?
Yeah, when I actually, because I did an under the cover series of singles. I don't know how many you've got there, but there's 5 discs, and the series was put together because as you know, I'm a songwriter, so I do mostly my own stuff, and every now and then I'll throw a cover in, and people would go to the merchandise table and say, where can I get that particular cover? And the merchandise people would say it doesn't exist. So I think I'll record a series of singles, and so on every single there's some bonus. That Thrill Is Gone version is just a live thing. And I put some little bonus cuts through the years of other songs that I did that weren't mine, and that's what it's all about.
Well, it's a beauty.
Oh, thanks, I appreciate that. I wasn't sure whether to use that because anything of B.B. King is scary to do. So it's like, so I hope I did it justice.
I think you might have. Michael, thank you very much.
Thank you, pleasure.
Dave, thanks very much, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Cheers.